tooth.
Hey y'all, that was for you, Eric. Welcome back to Will's Bills fam. Yeah, we're new to the vlog thing, obviously, and we know we have some family out there watching us and some friends from across the country. So we thought it'd be good just to share a little bit about our we thought it would be good to share a little bit of our story so you know who we are. All right, so I was born here in Anchorage, Alaska. I have an older sister named Amy. She's a successful vlogger. Shout out Our Alaska Life. My childhood, for the most part, isn't the funnest to talk about. There were some challenging times for our family. My mom disappeared when I was 2, and we don't know where she is. It's a cold case right now. And Dad spent some time in jail, and I was in and out of foster homes and stuff. So it was a little bit of a rocky path, but I learned a lot in those years, and I did have some really fun times. I gained a lot of experience, and I think I'm a lot better for it. But pretty early on, I realized that I'm not very good at school. I could do the work, but I just didn't want to do it. I would have rather done anything else besides my schoolwork, and I ended up going to a high school that allowed you to basically work most of the day and get credit, and just spent a lot of my time at work making money and working hard and trying to just learn. One of the things I like about my experience through high school is that I at one point had straight F's and could truly call myself a failure. But I ended up graduating on time with a diploma, and I joined the Navy when I was 17 years old. My dad had to sign for me to get in, but it was a real success story in the end. I went from straight F's to being able to graduate, and then off to the Navy I went when I was obviously very, very young. But it was an awesome time for me to grow up and learn how to be a man and learn how the world works and learn even more how to apply myself and really excel and apply all the lessons learned from my childhood and young adult years to just improving myself. And obviously in the Navy, I worked very hard, but those were sort of like my college years where I really had a lot of fun with friends and the locals, and we did a lot of hanging out and a lot of partying and made some fun memories, some not so fun memories, some really embarrassing memories. But overall, what defined my time in the Navy was I got a lot of great work experience and leadership experience, and for the first time gained a lot of friends and really enjoyed time with people my age and doing what young people do. I have a few friends from my time in the Navy that I know I'll be talking to till the day I pass, and that to me is very valuable and something I'm real thankful for from that time in my life. My job in the Navy was a naval air crewman, and basically what that means is I was a mechanic, a hydraulics and airframe mechanic, but I also had a job on the plane. I was on C-12s or a King Air 200, and I was also on an E-6B, which was a Boeing 707 platform, and had a couple of jobs to do on the plane. I loved my job in the Navy. I got a chance to be a mechanic and put that skill to use, but also do something when I was in the air and experience thousands of hours flying around the country and doing specialized missions, which was really cool. Once I was getting close to the end of my 6 years in the Navy, I knew that I was going to get out, but I had no clue what I was going to do for a living. My options were to take over a general contracting business and basically do doors and windows and trim packages for houses, built-ins, you name it, just kind of general contracting stuff. The other option I had was to possibly become a Snap-on tools dealer. And my third option was a long shot, but it was to be an air traffic controller. And the way that came about was when I was in the Navy, I discovered air traffic control and I fell in love with it. I thought, man, this is such a cool job. I was up there in the tower with people and they were, directing planes all over the sky. And I thought, dang, that looks cool. It looked like a lot of fun. And I decided somehow I got to get this job. When I was talking to someone in my family about this, they happen to know someone that works here at Anchorage Tower, and they got me a tour. So I go on this tour. I love it. I asked the person, how do I get this job? And they said, well, you're not going to believe this, but right now the FAA, the Federal Aviation Administration, is now hiring people right off the street. You don't have to have a degree. You don't have to have experience. You just sign up and maybe you get hired. So I signed up, got hired. I went through a 4-month training academy down in Oklahoma City, and then completed the other 2 years of my training here in Anchorage at the en route facility that we have. It was basically a miracle in my mind how it all worked out. I never could have planned for that. I consider my job now to be a lot of fun, very fulfilling, very rewarding in a lot of ways. And looking back from my childhood all the way to where I am now, I'm amazed. I'm personally still in disbelief sometimes that someone like me, who was once getting straight F's in high school, could now be in a management position at an air traffic control facility and responsible for quite a bit at work related to safety and efficiency in our airspace. It's afforded us so many great things, and we're in a really good spot in life now, and now we get to share it with you.
All right, so I was also born here in Anchorage, Alaska, and had a fairly chill, easy childhood for the most part.
Lucky you.
I was an only child, which was awesome.
You didn't have to share? Is that what you're gonna say?
I was pretty spoiled, yeah. Oh, there's something in my eye. It's like a feather or something. Is it out?
It's a big brown circle.
Is it out?
It's a poop smear.
My parents ended up separating I think I was around 12 when they officially divorced, and my mom and I moved to Scottsdale, Arizona. Yeah, it was super lame to have to leave my dad, but I did come back every summer to visit him. One summer when I was up here in Anchorage with my dad, he had really gotten into golf, and so he took me out and I fell in love with it immediately. And so I think every day that first summer, I think I was 13 or 14, we would go to a little 9-hole course here in Anchorage and play, and it was just so much fun. And I never thought anything would come of it, but I ended up playing in high school and was able to actually get a scholarship to play in college, which was crazy. I didn't even know that was a thing, let alone that I was good enough to actually get a scholarship. So I ended up going to Oklahoma Baptist University, which is in a small town outside Oklahoma City. And unlike Jess, who had his partying years in the Navy, I did all that in high school. I was ready for a fresh start, and so going to Oklahoma Baptist was awesome for me. I spent 2 years playing golf there, and I just got burnt out on it. It was really hard to keep up with collegiate level sports and a social life and academics. And so my mom had recently moved to Hawaii, and I said, I want to go. And so I moved to the Big Island of Hawaii and went to the University of Hawaii in Hilo. I stayed in Hawaii for a little bit after I graduated, and then came up to Alaska to visit family and just kind of try and sort my life out. And that's when we met, and the rest is history.
Yeah, we met at a church, and 7 months later we were married. So it was quick. I wasn't about wasting time or anything, and it's been a good marriage. Coming up on 11 years.
One of the things that Jess did for us when we were first married was get us a marriage journal. So every year for the last 11 years, we have written in it. Throughout the year, sometimes we'll get lazy and we'll just have like hour or two long sessions where we're going through our phones to look at pictures of what's happened that
try to get caught up.
Might be memorable for us to write down. And
maybe we'll share some of it in a future video. Maybe.
It's mostly funny.
It has awesome. the good, the bad, and the ugly. So that's kind of opening up a trench coat on you guys, and you may not be prepared for that level of exposure. So far, the big things we've done in our marriage is we obviously have had kids. Nash and Emery are 6 and 7 years old now, so that's been keeping us busy. And then pretty early on, we got involved in our church, and we actually planted a church with some people in 2014. And ran the thing pretty much. We were a part of the leadership team for all 6 years that was going. And that was definitely an adventure, and it was very formative and kept us busy and helped us to grow a lot.
Yeah.
I think it gave us a ton of life experience. Our capacity is just through the roof now to be able to handle really difficult projects and do a lot of good for our community, which is cool. In the future, we hope to get involved in real estate. We want to give back to our community in new and fun ways. We're dreaming of ways to do that all the time. And we want to travel a lot. We want to play a lot. We want to eat a lot of ramen and just enjoy life.
Yeah.
As far as where we're going to live, we have no idea. The Alaskan winters are definitely starting to take a toll on us.
We go back and forth. Some days...
Well, we'll put it to you this way. All 11 years we've been married, we've had a conversation every single year about moving. This year is no different, but we're also more free now than we ever have been, and it's, I don't know. It could be a possibility now more so than in the past. Also, my dad is ready to get out of the cold. He's getting older, and he's living by himself, and is really feeling like somewhere hot and dusty next to a pool is where he needs to be, and I couldn't agree more. So obviously if he moves, it could be the thing that pushes us over the edge, and we'll just have to figure that out.
We go back and forth constantly, but for the first time in a long time, it's an actual possibility that we could move if we wanted to.
Yeah, that's weird to say.
I know, because we love this house too, but at the end of the day, it's just a house.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Feel free to leave us a comment and let us know where you think we should live. I have a feeling we'll get at least one comment that says Anchorage, Alaska. Maybe in another video, we'll kind of break down all of our thoughts on a possible move, and you guys can weigh in. All right, well, that's a little bit about us. Yeah, if you want, hit the like button. No, please actually do hit the like button. It helps us out. We're doing the channel. Like, you know what I mean? Like, hook us up. But leave a comment. Let us know what your thoughts are on this stuff, and maybe tell us what you want to see in the future. And we're really doing this to... Well, I'm not going to tell you why we're doing these videos. That's our next video, actually. So stay tuned for that. But...
Nice plug.
Until then... We hope you enjoyed it. And we'll see you in the next one.
Bye.